Yo, what is going on? It's week 5, Cashing Points live stream podcast. However you consume this, we are back, and we are back and better than ever. I am pumped for week 5. This is a really tricky slate. A lot of big spreads, a lot of low totals, a lot of the best offenses we'd love to play are off the main slate. So it's kind of an interesting week. We've had, I think, some up and down weeks. Week 1 was up and down. Week 2 and 3, there's a lot of chalk games. This week, I feel like everything's kind of wide open. But want to bring in Scott Barrett, as always. Wes Huber. Wes is filling in for John Proctor. Again, I don't want to step on John's big announcement, but Proctor should be back next week. Fellas, how's it going? How are we feeling about the slate here?
Yeah, Johnny should be back next week and every week moving forward. He said he'd be more interactive in Discord this weekend. So this would just be a one-off, but we got Wes, so it's going to be a great show. Really excited, doing good. Wes, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really excited about the weekend. Especially, I love every weekend where I get college football and NFL. So, it's just awesome. And I'm living the dream, writing about football, and I know you guys feel the same.
Yeah, man. This is what else would you want to do, right? What else would you want to do? Every day is Christmas in the Huber household over the weekends, I'm sure. All right, let's dive right in here, man. This is a fun one. I got to say off the top, I am super excited that the Falcons are off the main slate, so I don't get buried by Cordarrelle Patterson again and put in a body bag. So it's great to have Jets Falcons at 9:30 in London. If you want to get up early and watch that shit fest with no Calvin Ridley, feel free. I'll be up. But Eagles Panthers, first game we're going to talk about here. Christian McCaffrey's not going to play, but sneaky big news for the Panthers side is no Shaq Thompson. I know Wes has been all over this, but Shaq Thompson's been playing like one of the best linebackers, if not the best linebacker in the NFL. And also Lane Johnson's going to miss this game again for the Eagles. So Eagles are going to be down Lane. They're going to get Jordan Mailata back. So they're at least going to have 2 of their 5 normal starting offensive linemen back in the game. But yeah, Eagles line is still in really rough shape. Panthers obviously, got stomped last week against the Cowboys, but this is probably a pretty good bounce back spot here for their defense. Let's start with the Panthers side here. No CMC, obviously Chuba Hubbard completely flopped as chalk last week. The weird part about all of Hubbard's week 4 is he lost all of the trailing long down and distance stuff. Passing snaps. Rodney Smith ran 20 routes to Chuba Hubbard's 10. And I love how we were talking about, hey, is Royce Freeman going to play? And kind of cuck Chuba here, but no, it was Rodney Smith. This week, obviously, Panthers are back at home. They're 3-point favorites. I think this is a spot where Chuba could get going again, especially with no Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham's missed the Eagles' last 2 games, and they've gotten obliterated for 155 and 149 rushing yards. Wes, you were correctly off of Chuba last week. Do you think this is a spot here to get back on?
I do. We do have to factor in that Sam Darnold, he's leading the NFL with 5 rushing touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So, when they get in close, I'm not entirely comfortable that the Panthers are comfortable handing him the ball. And I think we could see Darnold run a little bit more as the Panthers offense is tested more. So, that could also steal some of that volume away. But, it is concerning that Rodney Smith is essentially their receiving back. But, it's no different than any other system, that uses 2 backs. So I think the fact that the Eagles have given up 33% more rushing yardage over the last 2 weeks than they did the first 2 weeks. I mean, that's significant. And, it's something we don't see very much in the NFL. So we need to take advantage, and he's priced for value. So I think this is the week that I'm going to comfortably go with Chuba and definitely in some GPPs, not cash or single entry or anything.
Yeah, man, he's still cheap. He's still pretty cheap on both sides. He didn't get too much of a pricing correction. And obviously he's, not popped in optimizers up until this point too. So yeah, I'm in on Chuba again too. Scott, do you have any takes on Chuba here? He's 6,700 on FanDuel and 6K on DK. So great price on DK.
Yeah, he's going to be like RB7 in terms of value. It's like somewhere around there where he's not an amazing play, but he's definitely in play.
Mm,
That's how I have it.
yeah. Got to wait one more week for Christian McCaffrey, unfortunately, man. Looks like he was trying and like pushing to play this week, but you know, their favorites at home. Panthers are a playoff team probably, so they're just being sharp with CMC.
Yeah, so no, and there weren't any setbacks, so I guess they just
Nah.
decided, okay, because that was the last I read, no setbacks, and he did participate, but they did eventually rule him out. That's good.
Yeah, the Edwin was saying that he originally thought this was going to be like maybe a 1 to 2 week injury. And I bet if they needed him to play this week, he probably could have pushed it and played like, you know, limited snaps. But yeah, he's out. Any love for DJ Moore here? I mean, we're finally getting big price increases. I mean, it's been overdue for a month now, but DJ Moore is 7,500 on DK, and he's priced up on FanDuel as well. I think he's the wide receiver 3 over there.
Yeah, I think we're still going to see him do well. You know, it's a situation where Darnold's looking at him on every drop back, and you know he's the type of guy that, I mean, you know, he has that you know, game changing speed, but he doesn't have to use it. He's comfortable sitting in zones, and he's been finding those holes. And you know, it may have been better for him early in his career that he hasn't been the type of guy that's gotten all of the touchdowns, because I think it's made him a better player. And we're starting to see that come out now. And this is going to be a bad matchup for Robbie Anderson going up against an Eagles defense that, you know, unless you're Tyreek Hill, it's really hard to beat them deep. And so it's probably not going to be the week for Robbie. And you know, they're not going to have McCaffrey, so DJ Moore is going to have to step up again.
Yeah, Moore just seems like a lock for 6 catches again. I mean, Eagles are playing zone more than any team in the league. They'll be fine just to pepper DJ Moore as 8, 10, 12 targets and you know, just beat all the zone with it. Eagles side, I mean, man, I mean, it's, you know, Jalen Hurts is a great play every week, and I think Devonta Smith is emerging as his number 1 wide receiver, but we hadn't seen Devonta Smith step into like a huge target share role until last week. Wes, what's this spot like here for Devonta?
Yeah, I wouldn't get too carried away with what happened last week. I think that Devontae will play decent. I think it's you know, it's not the worst, but you know, he did get a boost in his salary, and it's the worst time for him to get it because it's coming off of facing the Chiefs. The Chiefs are, you know, you can't trust anything the Chiefs let up. They're one of the, you know, bottom 2 defenses right now.
Yeah.
And you know, look, okay, so when a guy does well, he does well. Like, you know, guys don't just trip into the type of production he put up last week, but we're still going to see some inconsistency from him. So I mean, it's tough to trust a guy in this type of offense where, you know, everyone is new to the system.
Yeah.
So you know, a lot of times his you know, in a lot of weeks we may see a lot of short targeting, whereas, you know, he may get a rub from another receiver that opens up some of the big stuff, but you know, he kind of needs help for that. But like, you know, so I love Jalen Hurts. I think he's you know, definitely getting towards that matchup proof category. You know, and especially looks like we lost Russell Wilson last night. It didn't look good. It's like, you know, when he doesn't come back, that he's hurting. I mean, he's about as tough as it gets. So you know, Jalen Hurts' value went up last night. So
yeah, Hurts, man, is just bulletproof. I mean, you know, that Cowboys game, he played like shit for 3 quarters, but got there and, you know, garbage time. I mean, last week, that game was really never truly competitive, and Hurts obviously shredded the Chiefs. You know, he's got one of the highest floors in fantasy, and he's got one of the highest floors at quarterback on the slate. I mean, obviously Kyler's got the highest floor here, but I think Hurts, you can make a case that he's got the second highest on the slate here. Scott, you got any final thoughts here before we move out?
Now, honestly, none of these guys from this game are really popping to me. I contemplated writing up Zach Ertz, who's cheap, 7.